Hey, welcome back. It's a Freaky Friday edition of Liquid Lunch on NEWSMAX TV. I'm John TABACCO. Just flew in from Florida, made it to the show in a moment's notice, and when you fly that far, boy, my arms are killing me. Frank loves when I throw in old radio jokes, but I don't know.
Why is it a radio joke? Why are you besmirching my media?
That was like a Milton Berle type thing. But we're in the Question Tequila Studios. We're doing what we do every day, bringing on the guests that know where the rubber meets the road. And this man sitting right next to me, Councilman Fernando Cabrera, knows where the rubber meets the road because he services New York City and gives his time and efforts in the New York City Council. And while he's a Democrat, and thank you for joining us, Councilman, on Liquid Lunch. You know, we call our audience the purple people. And we have Republicans and Democrats, and we have a Republican Democrat every day. Like we'll have in a little while, we have Manny Alejandro and Beth DeFalco coming up to mix it up after this. But the Councilman is here today to talk to us about his effort that he's announced his candidacy to a Democratic primary challenge against Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. You know how I feel about her. Frank tends to try to keep me a little more moderate on these things, but she's the enemy of democracy as we know it. She's a socialist. What's worse is she's a hide in plain sight socialist because she tells you every day she wants to take your money, your guns, and everything. Now they want to take your religion. And Councilman, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for mounting a serious challenge against this person.
Thank you, John, and actually it's for those very reasons I'm running. The fact is that socialism is the biggest enemy that we have confronting right here in the United States of America, where we have a direct attack towards the middle class taking place. And look, I could retire in 2 years as a city council member, great run, but I can see an America where we have for our children, our great-grandchildren, a world where the government is coming to control our homes and having a tax revenue that will go to 60%. Imagine 60%. This is what happens in socialist countries such as Venezuela, where my grandmother is buried, where I saw the most prosperous country in South America literally become the poorest country in South America. It's atrocious to see a country lose 10% of the population. That's not the dream that I have for America. And when we see that she ran out Amazon out of New York City, it baffles me that we lost 25,000 jobs. We lost $27 billion worth of revenue. And on top of that, locally, she's not doing anything. There is no positive effect that we have seen as a result of her being a congresswoman. She has totally ignored the district. So nationally and locally, we actually have gone backwards with her.
Councilman, the conventional wisdom when you're talking of Democratic primaries is the farther to the left that you can go, the better off you'll be electorally. Certainly worked for AOC. She ran unabashedly as a socialist against Joe Crowley. She was talking about abolishing ICE. She was talking about all that stuff while she was running. Green New Deal, all the rest. Can a conservative Democrat like you, and you're pretty conservative not just on the capitalism versus socialism issue, but you're a pastor, socially very conservative on a lot of issues, can a conservative Democrat actually win a Democratic primary in a place as blue as the Bronx?
Actually, I won the last 3 elections as a council member. Second of all, that particular district is a moderate to the right district. This is one of the things that people are very unaware of. You have Alexandria Ocasio, which a lot of people didn't really know back then what she stood for, what they were getting. I think a lot of people were saying, oh, let's get something new. But now that they saw the real deal, they saw what is happening, they saw how far to the left she wants to bring us to, people are alarmed. And all throughout the district, people are telling me, Cabrera, please run. We need somebody who's going to be right in the middle, who's going to be a moderate, a centrist, to be able to make a difference here and send us back into the right trajectory.
Councilman, let me ask you this, but they had like an American Idol type contest that her brother entered her into.
Right.
That's how she became the candidate. And before that, she was just bartending. Hey, that's kind of the American dream. You know what I'm saying? Do we have a 3-shot, Rose? You won't? Okay, sorry. Okay. I wanted to just get your reaction to this. Good. But she was a bartender, right? She got millions and millions of dollars from PACs and Bernie Sanders and all these other groups that she's funded. What can our audience, if they like what you're talking about and they want to see someone who's a little more conservative in there, someone who has Christian values in there, how can they help you? Where can our audience go to learn more about you? And if they like what they see, maybe make a donation to you, a campaign contribution to you.
I appreciate that, John. I encourage you to go to CabreraForCongress.com. CabreraForCongress.com. Look, a million
Is it
people.
the word for?
For spelled out,
Yeah,
F-O-R. And CabreraForCongress.com. Please go to our website, even if it's $1, $5, $10.
Every donation helps,
it
guys.
does.
You know.
Councilman, let me ask you, in the final 30 seconds that we have, a lot of Republicans watch this show because it's sort of a right-leaning network, and we've had a couple of the Republicans running for this seat on the show. Why should people that are center-right voters around the country get behind your candidacy instead of one of the Republicans?
Look, I bring the experience, I bring the accomplishment, but on top of that, even more important, only a Democrat is going to win this race. We don't win this. Now, the Republicans, there's only 11% of Republicans in that district. This is the real race. So if you want to make a difference, if you say, I had enough of AOC, this is your moment, go to CabreraForCongress.com and help us out. Make a difference.
Fantastic. So, listen, we have been for a while now running a campaign, even before you started a campaign. And all my audience members, if you can, here's what we want to do. We want to make AOC bartend again. And now that's why a Democrat and an independent can be friends, because we have a shared goal.
There you
We
go.
both want to make AOC bartend again, right?
Yeah, indeed.
Wouldn't we rather see a bartend?
That's epic.
That's
Come on,
perfect, right?
That's
you should
perfect.
put it on.
You should get one for the
Yeah,
campaign.
I'm going to give it to you right
Thank
now.
you.
Take it.
Come on.
Take
come
it to
on.
the district,
I gotta-
put it on your Twitter.
John,
Say, this
absolutely.
is what I'm doing.
Literally
And
giving you the
here
shirt
we go.
off his
That's
back.
right.
Here we go.
That's what we do on Liquid Lunch. We give purple people the shirts off our back if we have to. Thank you so much,
Thank you, John.
Councilman.
Thank you.
I look forward to helping you any way I can. If I agree with you, believe me, I'll help you. I'll tell the audience the straight stuff about you. But to me, anything is better than her, because she's not for America
Indeed.
at all.
Indeed.
Well, thank you so much. God
Thank
bless you. And you're watching Liquid Lunch, where the purple people hang out. We're going to take a quick break, come back right after this with Joey Kidney.